Breaking news now, the FBI expanding its investigation into Hillary Clinton beyond the issue of her emails, looking into possible public corruption concerning the Clinton Foundation when she was Secretary of State. It is breaking news this morning. And from the campaign trail in Fort Dodge, Iowa, Dr. Ben Carson is my guest now. And, sir, good morning to you, and thank you for your time as we close in the final weeks before the caucus. First, Hillary Clinton investigation. Should she be prosecuted based on what information you have now?
Well, it is obviously very concerning. And, you know, what's really even more concerning as I talk to people across this nation is the lack of trust in our government. And do we now want to instill someone into the highest positions of our government that just fans the flames of that distrust?
Just looking for a yes or no answer. Based on what you know, should she be prosecuted?
Based on what I know, I would be in favor of moving further into the investigation, yes.
Okay, all right, I'll take that as a maybe then, all right? I'll mark you down for that. Let's move to the State of the Union tomorrow night. The president will make his case about guns in America. There will be an empty seat next to the First Lady. Some view that as a powerful symbol. How do you see it?
Well, you know, I wonder if the American people are concerned about that kind of symbolism, or are they concerned about the safety of their family members when they sit around the table at nighttime to eat dinner. You know, we've gotten into all of these fancy, you know, symbolisms, and we are actually in a lot of trouble. You know, you look at the number of infiltrations, particularly at our southern border, what they call OTMs, other than Mexicans, and that also includes others than Central Americans and South Americans. A lot of people coming here from, you know, Iraq and Syria and Somalia and places like that. And we're not doing a lot about it. They're infiltrating. There are cells there. And American people are concerned about that, and they don't seem to see the same level of concern from our government. I think that's what they're worried about, not about some empty seat.
With his executive orders from last week, does that affect anything that you're talking about today?
No, his executive orders have a tendency, I think, maybe to play to his base in terms of what they do to ameliorate the situation. We're not seeing a lot of that going on. And it would be very nice, actually, if he would go back and read the Constitution. And he's not the only one to abuse it. But, you know, executive orders are there for a specific purpose. You know, the legislative branch, which represents the people, are the ones who make the legislative decisions. And the president has the ability to do an executive order when they're not in session or they're not available. It's supposed to be temporary. Somehow we've gotten way out of whack there, and we need a president who actually understands how things work, is willing to actually work with Congress, which represents the people. I think, you know, if we begin to communicate with each other, we may actually have an opportunity to make this thing work.
On the issue of your fellow Republicans, Ted Cruz, Donald Trump's making a big issue about his eligibility. Do you see that as a problem for Cruz or not?
I really don't see that as a problem at all. Much to do about nothing. We've got some real incredibly important problems that we need to be dealing with right now in terms of the economy, in terms of the safety of the people, in terms of our unity. So, you know, this kind of thing, it's just, you know, a fly in the ointment. Doesn't need to be paid any attention to, in my opinion.
In Iowa, you know the challenge is to finish in the top 3 slots. Right now, you rank in the polling at number 4. Today, you announced the hiring of 3 new senior staff members. This after a considerable shakeup around the new year. You say that you have more energy, that you're more focused as a campaign, as an individual as well. What has been the difference for you over the first couple of weeks in the new year?
Well, the big difference, of course, is that now we have an operational campaign, one that actually is getting things done. That's why you're seeing these policies rolling out now. And you're seeing that they're very good policies and that they're getting very good press, and that will continue to be the case. And, you know, I'm much more actively involved, I think, in terms of what's going on. And, you know, I have the kind of staff now that I believe can handle a lot of the things that come up from a day-to-day basis, which gives me the ability to truly concentrate on the campaign. I fully recognize that you know, as our numbers begin to rise again, that there'll be all kinds of attacks and things, but I have the kind of organization now, I think, that can respond more appropriately to those.
They asked you whether or not you can finish in the top 3, and you said it won't be a problem at all. We will find out soon in about 3 weeks. Doctor, thank you for your time.